here today because the Sprint and Nokia partnership has yet again delivered an industry first. This time with a combination of ENDC and MU-MIMO. But what is that? Well, in simple terms, ENDC is when your 5G phone is getting data from both the 5G and the LTE networks simultaneously. And MU-MIMO, known as multi-user MIMO, is when several of those 5G phones are connected to the network using the very same radio resources simultaneously, boosting the network capacity.
Today we're going to demonstrate multi-user MIMO using a Nokia AirScale base station and a single massive MIMO radio, supporting 60 MHz for 5G and 60 MHz for LTE using Sprint's 2.5 GHz spectrum. The software upgrade on the AirScale base station enables multi-user MIMO on 5G and LTE to use 16 data layers. The layers of multi-user MIMO are created by having 8 layers on 5G and 8 layers on LTE. We will use 4 commercial devices that support 5G and LTE. Each user device supports 2 layers of MIMO on LTE and 2 layers of MIMO on 5G. With 4 layers on each device and a total of 4 devices, we have 16 layers. This is the highest number of multi-user MIMO layers achieved in the US. This increases downlink throughput significantly compared to cells with typical 2x2 or 2-layer MIMO on both 5G and LTE. In this demo, the massive MIMO technology uses 64 RF transmit and 64 RF receive elements, which allow each user to use the maximum physical resource blocks possible rather than sharing them. In terms of user throughput, each user gets a total of approximately 700 megabits per second, resulting in an aggregate throughput on the cell of about 2.5 gigabits per second.
Hi Ron, tell me, what's your take on this latest accomplishment?
Well, Daniel, as you know, the pace of innovation in wireless is increasing here with 5G faster than we've ever seen it. If you go back roughly 10 years when LTE was first deployed, we had a few tens of megabits of peak sector capacity, meaning that capacity was shared across all the users in the sector and it was peak, not average. Over the 5 or 6 years, we've gotten to the gigabit speeds we see in LTE today. Now with multi-user MIMO, we have the capability of reusing that same spectrum with beams to multiple users. So rather than sharing it, we're now going to be getting speeds in several gigabits per second to each of those users that have a beam. So new business models will be enabled this way, and we really appreciate the innovation partnership we have with Nokia and all that you've done to help us here.
Indeed, this is an incredible achievement. It shows its greatest potential in Sprint's 5G network.
Absolutely, Daniel, and 5G is still in its infancy, so it's only going to get better from here.